Hi, I'm your host, Natalie. Welcome to my real estate news channel. Hi.
In Arizona local news, a real estate broker in the Lake Havasu Kingman area has been penalized and given a cease and desist. He was operating as a property manager and selling real estate also, but as the property management team, they failed miserably. They were not returning the tenants' phone calls. They were not paying all the required bills, which I would imagine would be at least the water and the trash. I don't know what was in all the contracts, but they were not making repairs, and it would be long periods of time before the tenants would even hear from them. So ultimately, the broker, the designated broker, has received a cease and desist, and that broker will no longer exist. Tenants do have rights, and if you have any concerns about your property management, you can call the real estate commissioner and they take your complaints seriously. Nothing's worse than a slumlord. So I feel bad for that brokerage because nobody starts off to end up in court with a cease and desist, but you can't treat people that way. And I don't know who was part of the company, the supporting staff, but that's just a terrible situation all around. But I feel so bad for those poor tenants who, living in Arizona, the temperatures are way too hot to have any type of part of your home not working or a bill unpaid. So that is our Arizona local news. But just so you know, in your area, you have rights. The real estate commissioner is where you would start off with the complaints about your property management company if they are not making repairs in a timely manner. And there are some repairs that have to be done within hours, let alone 2 weeks. So just know that you have rights. And also, as I keep stressing, prepare yourself to buy because there are too many things coming for us that makes this world so unstable. And the worst, most unstable place to be is in a rental where you have no rights. As a homeowner, yes, eminent domain and things of that nature can still knock you off of your foundation, but it's not as likely. You are more at risk as a renter. So contact us so we can help you build your credit score. We can help you find a lender. We can help you get things in order because what we all need to be doing now is creating a great garden. And you can grow a garden that you can have for years to come instead of having a rental where you might have to leave your vegetation behind.
Whether you're looking to buy a dream home or sell one, our experts are here to guide you every step of the way. The land is yours.
And now, national news. Following the NAR's landmark settlement, Realtor.com has launched a campaign that celebrates buyer agents, and it addresses all the questions that buyers might have regarding their agent's value and the agent's compensation. They have actually created a list of 111 items that a buyer's agent brings to the table when negotiating for the buyer. This is something that could educate any person interested in buying a home and a seller so they'll know exactly what the benefits are to hiring an agent versus trying to sell or buy a home on your own without representation. So this initiative, it appears to me, I'm reading it as I say it to you. So this initiative appears to be to educate the public on buyer agent values, and this is aimed at the blacks. And I'm reading it as they wrote it. They didn't say African Americans. They're focused on the blacks and the indigenous people, the Asian Americans, the Native Hawaiians, Pacific Islanders, Hispanics, and the LGBTQ plus first time buyers, veterans, and low income buyers, and any person who's had any added challenges with purchasing a home. So they're educating the public on the value of buyer's agents. But when I see initiative, I think, is there a down payment assistance program, any credit building program? The education for me would be needed most with financial assistance. It's almost like an insult to one's intelligence. They state why it matters because inequalities and challenges abound are very hard for people to purchase a home. The LGBTQ community are 25% less likely to own a home than all Americans. I have a hard time swallowing that part because you're of a certain sexual orientation, it does not mean that you don't have a skill set or a college degree. So I don't know what those numbers are based on. They said 7 out of 10 veterans don't know that they have a GI Bill. So they're fighting in a war, they're going through basic training, and they have paperwork that they fill out, and they leave the military and they don't know that they have benefits where they can have a zero down payment. So that's the numbers they're giving, 7 out of 10. That's a pretty large number. And it's still feeling like an insult to intelligence. A quarter of Hispanic homebuyers complete their home purchase entirely in Spanish. So, what is the relevance of that? It sounds like the Spanish home buyers are buying homes because they completed their home purchase in Spanish. How is this initiative going to help that? Is there any help needed when you've completed the entire home process? And the gap between black and white homeowners is larger than it was in 1968. Is this new news? So it took the NAR's landmark settlement to go ahead and pull back the numbers that blacks, I prefer to say African Americans, are still purchasing homes at a much lower rate than our Caucasian citizens. So this is still feeling like a national insult to intelligence. So just reporting that there is an initiative through Realtor.com and the NAR, I do have to say that our brokerage is here to educate the public with educating you on what down payment assistance programs are still around. We're still here to educate the public with credit repair and information on interest rate buy downs, strategic ways to purchase a home, whether it's buying land and trying to build on your own. We are equipped to strategize to get you into some form of ownership. With all the concerns with things coming up in our world, it is very important that we have a place to grow a garden, create a lifestyle, and none of us are truly protected, home ownership or not, but you have a certain amount of protection if you're on property that you own at this time. Although eminent domain and other things can occur, it's still just a good idea to be on your own land. So contact us if you have any requests, requirements, questions on how to get yourself or your family, loved ones on a piece of land so that they are not subject to property management issues as reported earlier in the other our local segment. And we reported last week about catastrophes happening all over and families doing the co-buyer programs where maybe you are not making the income to buy a loan, but you can do a generational home architectural plan and purchase a home, purchase land with your family. You don't have to have a major career or major income to pull everybody's credit scores and income together. So that is our national news.
Whether you're looking to buy a dream home or sell one, our experts are here to guide you every step of the way. The land is yours.
And now for our closing segment. Today we discuss the NAR and Realtor.com with initiatives that are aimed at Black people and other veterans who are 7 out of 10 being knowledgeable about zero down programs. I think I'm going to do a poll with veterans and find out if this is an accurate number, at least in the sphere of people that I know that are veterans. I have a hard time with all of the news. I guess I don't like the term fake news, but wow, it just does not sound rational. It sounds like everything that is reported to us is possibly designed to deceive us and make us think that, oh, we're receiving such great help when ultimately it's just a waste of our time. So we like to be black and white to the point brokerage that sees things through accurate lenses. There's no rosy colored lenses. We just see it as it is. And we like to address it from a realistic standpoint. We discussed the Idaho potato farmers, and that does affect the market. It affects the economy in so many different ways. So the farmers have a choice to continue to listen to the government, which has failed us in many ways, or go ahead and use that water and not go bankrupt. So, yes, the government made a request for them not to use the water, but the water is still accessible. Turn on the nozzle. Go ahead and use a little of that water. I'm not going bankrupt. Write me a ticket. Not encouraging anybody to break any laws, but take care of your families. And we also discussed again the planned communities and in Solano Valley where they are purchasing 55,000 acres of land. But where are the people who were living on that land? Are they including them? So we'll be keeping an eye on that story to see how ethical that part is. But on a smaller level, your family can plan your own planned community. You can purchase land, you can take it step by step, and you can get that concrete slab, you can have the wood framing, you can have an electrician come out, and you can pay as you go. You don't need a huge amount. And some people are building homes, and then once they reach a certain point, banks will pick up the financing. So if you have any interest in developing generational wealth, it's still possible. But we can't follow these news headlines because they're leading us down a path to nowhere. So we're closing out today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you keep the faith, and I hope you understand that this world is still a great place to build generational wealth, but you have to stay in the reality part of things, and you have to stay positive. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.